I think everybody should be intrigued by it. If you want to explore death and life in the crossroads there, read the book When Breath Becomes Air. It is about a guy who was a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
And always had a passion for English literature.
Okay.
And was so interested in the exploration of the meaning of life.
I could not be further away from this man on
in a figurative sense,
the life
right?
spectrum.
In a literary sense, exploring that, and then what it means to biologically live. So he went the medical route, and then he got cancer, and
plot twist.
Had been putting off having a kid with his wife until he got through. I think he was doing a fellowship or something really intense with his neurosurgery, whatever, and. Incredible. This is his memoir that he wrote while he was dying.
Wow.
And basically he was like, okay, now that I'm dying and I've devoted my life to learning about the meaning of life and the meaning of life, let's explore it.
What was his
incredible? I'm not going to spoil that for you.
Was he
except
religious?
for basically he talks about it. I highly recommend it.
I'm just amazed that Grant read this. Did you audiobook this or did you read
I read it
Okay.
when we had our daughter, my first kid. I had a friend who was like, hey, I read this when we had our first kid, and I highly recommend it. So he gave me his copy, and I read it in like the beautiful, for us, right after Josephine is her name.
Beautiful
right after
name.
Josephine was born. It was this blissful, celestial space outside of time and worry. It was wonderful. All we were concerned about was keeping this precious little heartbeat beating.
Yeah.
And so in the quiet of our tiny apartment, I'd read the book. And when I say I bawled my eyes out,
Yep.
I was a mess. It was waterfalls out of these eye sockets. Highly recommend it. That's not where I was going with this.
Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about. Cool book, though.
Tyler, so you got home 6:37.
6:37.
Yeah,
Yep.
6:37.
Man,
and,
that was a jump, huh?
Yeah, she's just been having a really tough time kind of unwinding and kind of relaxing. And I couldn't set an alarm because if I set an alarm, that would completely reset everything. She would have to fall back asleep again. And this is like a 30, maybe 45 minutes process. And so I walked that tightrope of helping her fall asleep, but then also not falling asleep myself, and I fell off that tightrope.
So what were you? What was your YouTube or Google? What rabbit hole did you jump down?
Yeah, in order to stay awake.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't pick up the phone. You gotta scratch your back or whatever. Be there and not moving and not distracted because she's gotta. Yeah.
Oh, so you're attentive all night. All night you were attentive?
Well, no,
This
I
morning,
mean, like
6:37 a.m.
Yeah, no, for like the hour, for the hour that it.
The AM PM thing just
Yeah.
changed
There
my.
it is.
Yep.
See, yeah,
We got it. Yep.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Still a long time
Yeah.
in this day and age.
And so I was asleep for maybe like an hour and a half, and
So you went to sleep at about 5:07.
yeah,
Roughly. I think that's a rough
Well,
estimate.
you guys got crazy schedules. Definitely not the average schedule.
They're both in the medical
They
field.
pick me
yeah.
up from the.
I have no circadian rhythm.
What do you do in medicine?
That's because you're white. Rhythm's hard for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in basketball skills, unless you're Djokovic or
No circadian basketball.
And rhythm's not hard if you're Mac Miller.
True.
well, Nike's
Or
on my
dead.
feet unless my cipher
yeah,
is
it would be
complete.
hard for him now.
yeah,
Right.
Or like
worked down at
Eminem or
the
something.
ER.
You do? What do you do there?
I'm a trauma tech there.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.